Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IAS English channel. Now a good news, away from the scorching heat that we are all facing, monsoon has arrived early in India this year. But what are the reasons that because of which monsoon has arrived early? What are the benefits of such arrival? Let us try to understand in our today's discussion. But first, let me give you a context. Now, India's Meteorological Department, IMD, which is the nodal authority for every weather-related update in India, it has officially declared of arrival of monsoon in India on the coast of Kerala, and this was on May the 24th. Now, you understand the southwest monsoon, so when it arrives on the India's mainland, when it arrives on the coast of Kerala, that highlights that monsoon has officially arrived in the mainland part of India. Now, the surprising aspect about this news that this year monsoon has arrived in India 8 days early as it was expected on the usual schedule of June the 1st. Now, the onset of monsoon this year marks the beginning of 4-month-long June to September southwest monsoon period in India, which is a quite significant for India's development. First, because this southwest monsoon season, it accounts for more than 70% of country's annual rainfall, and this is also quite a significant event for India's economic calendar because many sectors like textile, like agriculture, they primarily depend on waters which are supplied through the rainfall season, and therefore it is a good news for Indian economy. But let us understand first of all what are the conditions that needs to be satisfied before which we can say the monsoon have officially arrived, and based on this condition what are the factors that have contributed for early arrival of monsoon this year. These two are the broad aspects which we are going to discuss. First, let us understand the criteria based on which IMD officially declares that monsoon has arrived in India, right? Because monsoon or rainfall actually can happen anytime. So what if rainfall happened last week in Delhi? Was it actually the arrival of monsoon in Delhi? The answer is no, because the other conditions were not satisfied. So in this regard, let us understand what are the conditions based on which IMD declares that monsoon has arrived. Now, IMD attempts to make such declaration based on satisfaction of certain conditions, primarily 3 conditions. First condition obviously is the amount of rainfall. Now, IMD estimates the amount of rainfall based on the readings that it gets from its various weather stations, and if 60% of the available IMD's weather station in the southern part of the country, that is 14 stations in total which are located in these cities, they report rainfall measuring at least 2.5 mm every day, and this is done for 2 consecutive days, then the first condition of monsoon arrival becomes satisfied. So to summarize, 60% of the weather stations in southern India, which is in 14 different cities, if they record rainfall every day of more than 2.5 mm and this happens on 2 consecutive days, then the first condition of arrival of monsoon becomes satisfied. What are other 2 conditions? Let us find that one out. Another condition is located to wind speed and air pressure. Now, westerly winds, these are very important winds when it comes to arrival of monsoon in India, and westerly winds, as you can understand from the name itself, it blows from west to east and they flow between the latitudes of 30 to 60 degrees in both northern and southern hemisphere, right? Now, the onset of westerly winds in India, it changes the air pressure in India, and if the depth of westerly winds, it is maintained at up to 600 hectopascals, then it is the condition which satisfies arrival of monsoon. And in addition to that, the changes or increase in pressure also, the wind speed, it must range between 15 to 20 knots at 925 hectopascal. Then the second aspect, that is wind pressure as well as wind speed, is the condition which satisfied arrival of monsoon. So the earlier condition was amount of rainfall, at least 2.5 mm of rainfall needs to be recorded at certain meteorological stations, and this has to be done for 2 consecutive days. That was the first condition. Second condition is that the wind pressure and wind speed needs to be at a certain level before which IMD can say that the rainfall has officially arrived. So these are 2 conditions. Now let us understand the third condition. Third condition is the outgoing long wave radiation. Now you understand, whenever sun is setting on a particular land, it emits the sun rays which reach the ground level, and these are examples of short wave radiation. Now the good aspect about short wave radiation, that it does not interact with the atmosphere of Earth, that it does not interact with various particles of air, the various gases that are there in the atmosphere, and neither does it interact with the aerosol. But after reflection of the sun rays from the Earth's atmosphere or the Earth's surface, it emits a long wave radiation. Now the long wave radiation has the habit that it interacts much more with the Earth's atmosphere, including the aerosols that are present in the Earth's atmosphere. And this long wave radiation is what causes increase in temperature in the Earth's wave radiation. Understood? Now Earth, it both absorbs and reflects the energy from the sun, as I've told you from this diagram, right? And the difference between this long wave and short wave radiation is what regulates Earth's temperature and the atmospheric condition. And the outgoing long wave radiation from the warm upper atmosphere and also from the Earth's surface, most of this ongoing and outgoing long wave radiation, it lowers or it warms the lower atmosphere, which again warms the Earth's surface, and therefore this increases the temperature in a particular region. So for India to arrive, or for officially the southwest monsoon to arrive in India, the satellites, they must at least detect the outgoing long wave radiation, and it should be below 200 watts per square meter, because you understand, the more is the heating, the less is the probability of rainfall. So therefore outgoing long wave radiation needs to reduce below the levels of 200 watt per square meter, and if the satellites of IMD record it, then the third condition of arrival of southwest monsoon is said to be fulfilled in India. Right? So IMD officially declares monsoon to be arrived in India only after these three criterias are fulfilled, and this has to be done for 2 consecutive days for IMD to declare arrival of monsoon in India. And what is different this year, that the arrival of monsoon in India, not just in Kerala, but simultaneously it has also arrived in northeastern part of the country, that is in state of Mizoram, in southern and coastal Karnataka region, as well as Tamil Nadu, except for its northern region, which witnesses northwest rainfall during the winter seasons of October and December, right? Now, under normal condition, the monsoon crosses central Kerala and reaches Karnataka only around June 5, making this year's onset, which has happened right now, this has the quickest in the recent years. And in Karnataka, the onset of monsoon has been 10 days prior to what was expected. So that is why this has been due to the conditions that were fulfilled, and therefore only the IMD has officially declared monsoon to be arrived in India. Now let us understand what are the various factors based on which the monsoon has arrived in India early this time, right? Now first factor that has played a key role in early arriving of monsoon is Madden-Julian oscillation, right? Madden-Julian oscillation is basically a weather phenomena which constitutes disturbances of cloud, wind and pressures changes in the atmosphere, and this is a weather system that moves eastward at a speed of 4 to 8 meters per second. Now this takes the time it takes for the Madden-Julian observation or oscillation to navigate the entire globe is within 30 to 60 days, right? And the MJO wind bands, it can travel around the world, causing significant weather changes that leads to higher rainfall, and sometimes it also leads to lower rainfall in the region. So this is the factor of Madden-Julian observation or oscillation, right? And in the favorable phase, the MJO, it enhances rainfall over India during the monsoon season. So therefore Madden-Julian oscillation has demonstrated a favorable condition, and this favorable condition has promoted increased rainfall and early arrival of rainfall in India. So this is a weather phenomena that relates to changes in cloud, wind as well as changes in pressure, right? And this takes 30 to 60 days to navigate the entire globe, and this is primarily in the tropical region of the world, in Indian Ocean region, in Pacific Ocean region, etc., right? Now the another factor that contributed to early arrival of monsoon is masculine high. Before understanding masculine high, you need to broadly understand that this is the continent of India, right? So this is India, this is other countries like Pakistan, here Bangladesh, right? So for monsoon to arrive in this part of the country or in this part of the globe, here there needs to exist a low pressure system. Similarly, in the waters of Indian Ocean region, you need the conditions of high pressure systems to prevail. So automatically wind moves from high pressure system to low pressure system, and if low pressure system persists in the continental part of the this region and high pressure region prevails in the oceanic part of this region, the wind which is flowing from high pressure to lower pressure region will carry more moisture and bringing more rainfall in the continental part of our country, right? So this is basically the understanding that you need to have before looking at any question belonging to rainfall. For rainfall to occur in India or in any part of the globe, there must exist a lower pressure condition which will pull away all the moisture from the high pressure system, right? Now coming back to Mascarene High. Mascarene High is a high pressure area which is found around the Mascarene Island and it is located in southern part of the Indian Ocean. Now when Mascarene High develops or becomes stronger, that is strength of Mascarene High increases, it plays a very important role for monsoon in India. So the key factor in determining monsoon in India is also the strength of Mascarene High. So therefore you can understand, the stronger is the Mascarene High, it will lead to stronger winds, that is more winds flowing from ocean to earth, that is the continental part of the country, and leading to higher rainfall. And similarly, vice versa is also correct. That is, if there is a delay in formation of Mascarene High, it can actually delay the rainfall in India. So from what we understand, Mascarene High has become quite strong and this has favored earlier arrival of monsoon in India. Now moving to another aspect. This is called as a process of convection. So whenever sun is shining, it leads to warming of the earth's surface and automatically the heat is radiated upwards. And this vertical transport of heat and moisture is what is called as convection. So more is the heat, more heat the earth's surface radiates and higher will be the convection. And this convection system actually played a very important role because this convection system existed in Haryana and it drifted southeastwards to Delhi, bringing rainfall in Delhi last week, right? So this is how convection plays an important role in bringing the rainfall in any region. So this convection also played a role in bringing rainfall early into India this year. Now another factor is Somali jet. Somali jet is a low-level cross-equatorial wind system which originates near the island of Mauritius and then travel northwards to Madagascar. Now during the summer months, particularly in the month of May, this crosses the east coast of Africa, thereby reaching the Arabian Sea and entering India into the west coast of region, much closer to Kerala, right? Now what you need to understand that a strong Somali jet is associated with strengthening of monsoon winds in India. Therefore, as the Somali jet became more and more strong, it led to higher rainfall and early arrival of rainfall into India, bringing much of the moisture from Indian Ocean region to the continental part of the country. Another factor that plays an important role in early arrival of monsoon in India is a phenomenon known as heat low development. As I've already told you in this particular diagram, more is the low pressure condition existing in the continental part, and how this low pressure condition prevails, it is due to increase in temperature in the region, and this increase in temperature leads to formation of low pressure, right? So this heat low development is when sun moves northwards in the summer months. As you can understand, during the winter months, sun moves southwards from the equator, heating the southern hemisphere more than the northern hemisphere. But reverse happens during the summer months. Sun travels from southern hemisphere and goes north even to the equator and creates a heating conditions in the continental part of the country, right? And as sun moves north in the summer months, it heats the landmass over Pakistan and the surrounding areas, and this heats up the atmosphere near Pakistan more significantly, creating a low pressure area due to rising warm air. How does warm air rises? Through the process of convection, as I've already told you. And this increased heating over the landmass of Pakistan creates a low pressure area, and I have already told you, more is the low pressure, higher probability it will be to rainfall to occur quickly. Also, this whole low pressure system is not prevailing just over Pakistan, but it is an elongated area of low pressure that stretches across the Indian subcontinent into India, into Bangladesh as well. And this acts as a pathway for moist air to flow from the ocean towards the land part, that is the continental part. And the low pressure that existed over Indian continent, including Pakistan, acts as a suction device which pulls up most of the moist air from ocean waters, that is through Arabian Sea, through Indian Ocean region, bringing heavy rainfall into what is known as India. So all in all, these were the conditions that have promoted early arrival of monsoon in India. All these conditions acting together, not in isolation, please remember, okay? Now, if you've understood the discussion today, I will leave you with a question which is a much similar question to what appeared in 2017 prelims. This question was relating to Indian Ocean Dipole. Indian Ocean Dipole also affects Indian monsoon, but today we discussed Madden-Julian oscillation, right? So please let me know the correct answer to this practice question. I've curated this very similar to the question that appeared on IMD, and if you want to download the notes, these will be available on my Telegram channel called as ATS Live. So go search ATS Live on the search bar of your Telegram app. You will find the channel, subscribe it if you still haven't, and download the notes. And if you still are not able to find the channel, this is the QR code which will definitely take you to my channel, right? So this is all from my side for today's discussion. I'll see you again tomorrow. Please have a very good night.